Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going from Silver Springs Fill Station in Landrum, South Carolina, all the way past Tryon, Saluda, Hendersonville, hit Skytop Orchard, and then we're going to come back home through the watershed. So today we're going to be riding the 2020 Hayabusa, and then we're also going to be riding, what is it,
2017 Tryon RSV4 RR. This is Bill Moto here, and I'm joining Carolina Hooligan on this ride. This is a really great spot to meet up at, actually.
Yeah, it really is. It's a very cool little spot. It's a cool little gas station. It's almost like a replica. You could, like, even the inside, like, you can look in there, and they've got some stuff set up. So it's a neat little place to start a ride or to meet people up at, and it's right on the border. I think it's like less than a mile from the North Carolina border.
Yeah, it's a great spot to circle up and meet with some friends. Definitely grab some photos for Instagram, check your cameras, get everything ready, because this is where the ride starts to get really good.
So we're gonna take this up, and it's gonna lead us into Tryon, North Carolina, which is Tryon and Saluda, which we'll be going through, are both like basically little towns lost in time. I mean, the grocery store we're going to be visiting in Saluda is 130 years old. It's been there since 1890. Tryon's got like a little movie theater that's been there since I think like the 40s or 50s. So lots of like cool little places to check out. Lots of little stores, cafes, little restaurants, all like local ma and pa type like stuff. So it's a very cool place to check out, and the roads going up there are just as gorgeous.
It's got a very distinct feel. This was only my second time riding this road and checking it out. One of the things that I liked about it was it's a very intermediate road, so you could have riders of all different skill levels come up to this road. They wouldn't feel intimidated at all. It wouldn't really put anybody in a position to really panic or make some maneuvers that they weren't comfortable making. Everything's pretty gentle all the way to the top.
Yeah,
it's a great road. But
it's really true.
Yeah, but then you can also have fun if you have the skill. There's places you can get.
You can definitely get down. I mean,
it was a good road, and then it's got a vibe that's very different.
Yeah, it really does. It's a kind of a special place when you're driving through here. It really does feel like you're going back in time. So I mean, you can see here. I mean, here's Tryon, and I mean, remember past this little movie theater here on the right. I mean, it's just, look at this place.
And everyone's clearly in love with this town. Everyone was so happy to talk to us and say hello, which is, you know, a welcome difference.
It's that southern hospitality.
Yeah, certainly. You definitely get the southern hospitality here. You have the little main street. We even met a gentleman that says he's at that bench that we sat at for a second every single day. That was cool.
Yeah. I think the guy said he had like 19 grandkids, and he comes out there like every day to just like sit in front of this like 130-year-old grocery store.
It was definitely Mayberry, Andy Griffith.
Yeah, very much. They even have like the little police station too. Like it's like one or two cars or something. So here we've just left Tryon, and if you're coming up here, you're going to take a left here on 176 West. You can't really miss it. I mean, the other way, I think it's 9, and that goes up towards Lake Lure, Chimney Rock area, and all that stuff. So I mean, that's also a great ride. We're going to be checking out Lake Lure coming up pretty soon. So make sure to like and subscribe, and look for that video coming up. So getting on to 176 here, we're going to be coming through the Passalot Valley, which is just like a super special area. This road right here has just got such an interesting vibe. It really does feel like you've gone back in time.
Again, the road really kind of takes it easy on you at first, and then you'll see it starts to get really, really good. And then one of the rare things is that it opens up into 2 lanes. It really allows you to play around with your lines and take multiple corner entries and corner exits, which is what I always love to do, is kind of slow the pace down a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable with the bike and start seeing what a different line might do for you. So this is really a great road for riders of all skill sets.
Anybody can come up here and have a great time. And I mean, even if you're taking a car up here with the family or whatever, I mean, there's tons of stuff to do. I mean, you'll see later when we stop at Skytop, it's just gorgeous. So here we are entering past Lot Valley. Just gorgeous little area, a lot of cool, cute little homes and stuff like that. And this place is also strewn with Airbnbs, just little mountain getaways that you can check out that are really, really cool. A bunch of old little shops, like auto places and like, you know, different machinists and lots of cool stuff out here. And 176 is going to lead us up, I think it's the Green River Gorge, if I'm not mistaken, and it climbs several thousand feet in a few miles. That's the road we're going to be taking here, and it's an awesome road.
Yeah, feel free to slow your pace down, which is really hard for me to do sometimes, but if you look to your left, the view is gorgeous and it's nonstop. It keeps opening up to these valleys that are just so beautiful, so picturesque. So weather was perfect on this day. It was really hot, but
super hot, but like gorgeous weather.
So sticky tires and plenty of water was the name of the game. It was really great. And then it gets really flowy up here. You can really put your head down in this section that's about to come up.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a great place. I mean, when I started coming up here several years ago, you know, this was where I learned how to get where I learned to get my knee down, where I learned to really like take corners. I did my first track day at Road Atlanta, and before I went there, I hit this road like every day that summer and just really learned how to get the knee down, how to take corners. So I mean, this is somewhere where you can really improve your riding, but also just have a great time.
I think that's what's great about this channel, is that you're highlighting these hidden gems. I've been here for 15 plus years and been riding these roads since I moved here, and this is only the second time I've ever been on this road. I had no idea of its existence, even though I've ridden right past it. So I think it's really great that you're highlighting some of these hidden gem routes and some of the cool places that you can stop in between. Some of these towns are just really cool. There's stuff that you can do.
Really stuff. I mean, stuff for the whole family. I mean, when we get into Saluda, Saluda's got a bunch of like adventure stuff. There's zip lining, tubing, like kayaking down the Saluda River. So I mean, you could easily spend a whole day in either one of these little towns, no problem. Have a blast with the family. And I mean, if you're coming out of Greenville, I mean, you're talking like it's maybe an hour or so up here, and it's right near Hendersonville as well. And then, I mean, if you want to keep going, I mean, Asheville's not too far from here either. There's just so many great little places out here. So we're getting pretty close here, I think, to the gorge, where it's going to really start to open up the road. So we're just going to chill for a second and let you guys enjoy the ride. So, I mean, as you can see, you can get down, have a good time, and I mean, that road is that's probably one of my favorite roads around here. That's, within a quick drive of Greenville and all that, and it's an incredible place.
Yeah, definitely giving you the thumbs up because
it's a
great.
cool place. It's such a cool place.
That was great.
And so here we're coming into Saluda. They got this like little old school here. That's probably, I don't know how long that's been there. It's all stone and stuff. And then, I mean, you come into this little town, and I mean, again, it's like you're going back in time. Like, it is untouched, and I mean, it really won't change. And the reason it hasn't changed is above this, there's about 16 to 18,000 acres of game lands that are protected, and then the gorge area there, they can't develop that just because of how steep it is. So nothing's really going to change about this area, and it hasn't. I mean, you look at pictures of this town from, almost 100 years ago, and almost nothing is different. It looks almost exactly the same as it did in the 1920s.
And it's surrounded by national forest all around that.
Yeah.
One of the other really great things about this area is there is a lot of Civil War history here, pre-Reconstitution history, and all the way back to Revolutionary War history. There's 6 or 7 different revolutionary battlegrounds that are within 30 minutes of this place right here. Yeah. So if you are a history buff or you just would like to know a little bit more, there's a lot here to explore. Yeah.
So here we are at Thompson's Grocery Market and Grill. This place has been here since 1890. They just celebrated their 130th year. It's the oldest grocery store in North Carolina. I mean, and it's amazing. And
still owned by the namesake. Yeah. So there's still a Thompson who owns the store, which is so cool. 130 years in one family. That is a testament of time, if there ever was.
So, I mean, they got a little butcher back here, and then they have a diner next door that, I mean, looks like it's just right out of the 50s. The old lady you just saw there, she lived to 103. She was one of the original owners of this store. We talked with this guy for a little bit, and then one of the employees at the diner. But, I mean, this sign here that you see, this is the original hand-painted sign from the 1960s. So, I mean, there's just so much history, and it's just got such a cool vibe. We got a chance to talk to one of the employees there. He told us a little bit of the history of the place and kind of some of the owners and stuff like that. It was really cool. It was a really cool place. I mean, Saluda is it's gorgeous. I mean, it is an amazing place. And there's lots of little, like, coffee shops. Oh, man, look at this little car. I mean, like I said, you're going back in time here. The place to the left, that Purple Onion, that's an awesome, awesome coffee shop. They got a little bakery in there. I mean, and then I think there's a little general store down the street as well. And then you've got zip lining, you've got, kayaking, tubing on the Saluda River. So, I mean, it's an incredible place.
And you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't stop at these little diners and ice cream shops along these mountain towns. Man, I'm telling you, some of the best bakeries, some of the best foods, the best cheeseburgers you're ever going to have in your life.
Yeah, and it's real stuff.
It's real, yeah. So, I mean, these places were doing farm to table before
before it was even a thing.
Yeah, so definitely check these restaurants out. Supporting local business is such a pivotal part of supporting community. And then I'm telling you, you're going to find yourself some good cheeseburgers out there.
Yeah, you absolutely will. So we're going to continue out of Saluda and head towards Skytop Orchard, which is right outside of Hendersonville. So you're just going to take 176 and follow that right into Hendersonville, and then you're going to hook on 225. But before we get there, there's another cool little spot we're going to show you guys. It's like these 2 bridges. One's the old bridge, the new bridge that kind of connects Saluda to Hendersonville. It's a really cool area. Oh, you gotta check out, look at this little Porsche 356 here. That's pretty sick.
Super sweet.
Yeah, you always see little things like that going up on this ride. But so we're gonna hit this bridge coming up here, and it's really cool. I mean, there's like lots of graffiti. People have tagged it up. But you can actually, there's a couple paths off to the side, and you can actually go down under the bridge, and there's like it's basically like kind of like a gorge.
Yeah, little secret swimming spot.
Yeah,
super cool.
Nice little cool like little swimming hole and stuff like that. So I mean, it's again, it's a magical area. It's got a really cool vibe when you go through here. I mean, you feel this like very cool energy. And when you get into Hendersonville, it's almost kind of strange because Hendersonville is much more modern than these little towns. So you feel like it's like, oh, where am I going?
It's a little blast in the past. This bridge is super cool. Also, another spot to like definitely get some saucy Instagram photos. So if you do tag hashtag Carolina Hooligan, make sure you let the people know who put you onto this spot. There's gonna be plenty more spots. Yeah. Tons of really hot places to take photos. So many great photo ops along the way.
We're just gonna keep putting out like great rides for you guys to take, show you some really cool hidden gems, and I mean, yeah, that's what this channel is about. Is just really showcasing the upstate and the North Carolina mountains here. And I mean, as we expand, we're gonna hit some really cool places.
Yeah, the beauty is we are super close to some of the best riding in the country.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to show you roads in Georgia and Tennessee and North Carolina. We can even hit Virginia and West Virginia pretty quick from where we're at.
Absolutely. I mean, we're definitely going to be doing a Blue Ridge Parkway video coming up.
So necessary.
Yeah. It's. I mean, Blue Ridge Parkway. If you haven't ridden that, I mean, you absolutely have to. It's a must ride if you're in the area. We're going to probably hook up on the south end and take it up into Asheville. Check out Biltmore. And all that. This little place here off to the left there, it's called Cabin Fever, and it's like actually like a little like it's not like a summer camp, but it's got like lots of little cottages up there, and it's a cool place.
Oh, there it is right here.
Dude, look at this.
I mean, seriously, this is gonna make somebody's Instagram fire. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you're welcome.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell, but I mean, you walk on this bridge and you look down, I mean, it's got to be like at least it's over 100 feet for sure. I mean, maybe closer to 2, but I mean it's quite a little drop. But you can get down there and like chill in the water and stuff. There's lots of little hiking paths down there. It's a very cool little spot.
Yeah, and this is all natural occurring watershed too, so you don't have to worry about the condition of the water. I mean, this is probably some of the best naturally occurring water in the country.
It absolutely is.
So feel free to let the doggies run or take a swim.
So we're going to come into Hendersonville, hook it up into hyperdrive here, blast through Hendersonville, and get to our next spot, which is going to be Skytop Orchards, which is really, I mean, this is a place to take the family, take the wife, girlfriend, whatever, get some great photos up here. It's a ton of fun. Go pick some apples. They got a great bakery. I mean, if you don't want to pick apples, you can just buy apples. I mean, they got a ton of stuff. It's, if you're in this area, you're basically going to keep 176, hook on to 225, and then as you're going down 225, you're going to go up Pinnacle Mountain Road, and that's going to lead you here, Skytop Orchards.
It doesn't get much more beautiful than that.
No, right? Like, it's crazy.
And you are in the heart of the Smoky Mountains here, folks. I mean, beautiful Blue Ridge Mountain backdrop, mountaintop orchard. It doesn't get more picturesque than this.
I will say, going up Pinnacle, this little road that leads up here, be careful. It is not like the best conditioned road, and there's almost always gravel or something on this road. So I mean, and if you continue past Skytop, it is not like a super fun ride. It's definitely like a slow, hard on the wrist, like just going back and forth. But check this out. I mean, they've got this awesome little fruit stand area in here. They've got a bakery. They do like a farmer's market thing, so you can get all sorts of like local jams and stuff like that. We got here like end of the day, so there's like nobody here. I think they were closing in like 20 minutes. But yeah.
I think they do an Oktoberfest up here too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So I mean, just look at this.
So it's getting right around time.
Beautiful, beautiful country here. I mean, you really can't beat this. And if you're in the Greenville area or any area like right around here, you've got to hit Tryon, you've got to hit Saluda, and you've got to stop here at Skytop Orchard.
Certainly. It was beautiful. Like I said, I've only made this run twice, and now I'm certainly going to add it to some of my regular routes.
Add to the repertoire.
Yes.
So we're going to be leaving here, head down Pinnacle Mountain here, hop on, take a right onto 225, and that's going to lead us into the watershed and past the Saluda Reservoir. We are a dying breed in a world concerned with safety and what's flashing across our screens. Sometimes we need an escape. And for those of us crazy enough to pilot these machines of metal, rubber, and high-octane fuel, this is ours. Maybe you should make it yours.